Hi everyone, this is my AI assistant which I have designed and developed using various technologies. It performs various tasks like speech recognition, answer all general questions and technical questions, and detects various objects and solve basic mathematical problems. And this is just a prototype, and more enhancements to be implemented like addition of motion controls, etc. Okay, let us explore each task one by one. I named this AI assistant as Senorita, just for fun. It's a famous character in Indian movies, so I think all Indians know about this character. So I know it doesn't look like Senorita, so just for fun, I named it. Senorita, how are you?
I am fine, how about you, and thank you for asking.
Senorita, introduce yourself.
My name is Cinerita. I have been programmed to perform certain tasks like speech and image recognition, object detection, and solve basic mathematical problems. I have been programmed by Mr. Rizwan Ahmed.
Senorita, what is the news?
These are top UAE headlines. Exclusive: how Gaza Community Kitchen is helping to feed displaced family. UAE House at Paris Olympics brings nation's culture to the world. Paris Olympics fencer Ferjani grabs silver for Tunisia at game. UAE citizens told to avoid crowded areas in British cities. What Indians in the UAE and tourists need to know about UPI payments. COP28 President meets Britain's King Charles in climate talks.
Senorita, what is the distance between Dubai and Abu Dhabi?
The distance between Dubai and Abu Dhabi is approximately 140 kilometers, 87 miles, by road and 116 kilometers.
Senorita, who invented artificial intelligence?
Artificial intelligence, AI, is a broad field that has been developed by many scientists, engineers, and researchers over the years. It is difficult to attribute the invention of AI to one single person, as it has evolved through multiple breakthroughs and contributions from different individuals. One of the earliest pioneers of AI was British mathematician and computer scientist Alan Turing, who proposed the concept of the Turing test in 1950 to determine a machine's ability to exhibit.
Senorita, what is the distance between Earth and the Moon?
The average distance between Earth and the Moon is approximately 238,855 miles, 384,400 kilometers. However, this distance can vary slightly due to the Moon's elliptical orbit around Earth. The closest the Moon can get to Earth is about 225,623 miles, 363,104 kilometers. And the farthest it can be is about 252,088 miles, 405,696 kilometers.
Senorita, what is primary key in database?
A primary key is a unique identifier for each row or record in a database table. It is used to uniquely identify each record in the table and ensure that no two records have the same value for the primary key. A primary key can be a single column or a combination of columns, and it is typically used as the main reference point for other tables in the database. Primary keys are crucial for maintaining data integrity and for efficient data retrieval in a database.
Senorita, what is foreign key in database?
A foreign key in a database is a field or set of fields that references a primary key or unique key. In another table, it establishes a relationship between two tables in a relational database and ensures referential integrity by enforcing data consistency between the two tables. This means that a value in a foreign key field must match a value in the corresponding primary key field in the related table, or it will not be allowed to be inserted or updated. Foreign keys are commonly used to link data from different tables.
Senorita, what is velocity?
In physics, velocity is a measure of the rate of change of an object's position with respect to time. It is a vector quantity, meaning it has both magnitude, speed, and direction. In other words, velocity is the speed of an object in a specific direction. It is typically represented by the symbol v or u and is measured in meters per second, meter per second, or any other unit of distance divided by time. In physics, velocity is an important concept in understanding motion and is often
Senorita, what is acceleration?
Acceleration is the rate at which an object's velocity changes over time. It is a vector quantity, meaning it has both magnitude, how much the velocity changes, and direction, the direction of the change. Acceleration can be caused by a change in the object's speed, direction, or both. It is typically measured in meters per second squared, meter per square second. In simpler terms, acceleration is how quickly an object's motion is changing.
Senorita, what is uniform velocity?
Uniform velocity is a type of motion in which an object moves in a straight line at a constant speed. This means that the object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, and its direction and speed do not change. This type of motion is often described as steady or constant and is commonly seen in situations such
Yeah, let's do some object detection. I'm using Microsoft Azure Custom Vision for object detection. I trained the model to detect three objects. One is car, then one apple, and so I took my son's toy, just to test this, this dinosaur. Let's do one by one each. Senorita, recognize this object.
This object is car.
Senorita, recognize this object.
This object is apple.
Senorita, recognize this object.
This object is dinosaur.
Yeah, it's predicting perfectly. Actually, initially I tried to use YOLO algorithms. It's a pre-trained model available on the net. It's called You Only Look Once. But there is some problem with the performance. So I'm using this Azure platform to recognize objects. Yeah, now let's do some mathematical calculations. I am displaying few mathematical calculations in the laptop using PPT. So what it does is it will read the image. It will take the picture of the image. It will convert into picture to text. Then it will calculate the problem. Let's do one by one. Senorita, solve this problem.
Answer is 200.
Senorita, solve this problem.
Answer is 150.
Senorita, solve this problem.
The expression evaluates to 120.
Let's do some descriptive questions. Here you can see the car travels at the speed of 100 kilometers per hour. How much time it takes to cover the distance of 500 kilometers. So it will read, it will evaluate. I think the answer is straightforward. It's 5 hours. Let's see. Senorita, solve this problem. Senorita, solve this problem.
It would take 5 hours to cover a distance of 500 km at a speed of 100 km per hour. This can be calculated by dividing the distance 500 km by the speed 100 km per hour.
Yeah, this is another question. So the answer must be the displacement is 0 because I think Shipra returned to its initial position and total distance is 2.5 plus 2.55 kilometers. Senorita, solve this problem.
Net displacement equals 0 kilometers. Since she returned to her starting point, total distance covered equals 5 kilometers. 2.5 kilometers from home to school plus 2.5 kilometers from school to home.
Let's take another question. Senorita, solve this problem.
The displacement and the distance of a moving object will have the same magnitude if the object moves in a straight line without changing direction. This means that the object's path must be a straight line with no turns or curves. In other words, the object must have a constant velocity and must not change direction at any point.
Let's take some algebra, maths. Senorita, solve this problem. The answer must be 16. Senorita, solve this problem.
The solution is x equals 16.
Senorita, solve this problem.
Y equals 15.
Yeah, it's predicting correctly. So with respect to hardware, I am using this Raspberry Pi, and some microphone to recognize the speech, and there is one camera there for capturing the pictures. And I have interfaced Arduino Uno with the Raspberry Pi. I am not using the GPIO pins of Raspberry Pi. Instead, I am interfacing Arduino Uno. From Arduino Uno, I am connecting these OLED displays on the to simulate robot eyes. I hope you like the project. As I said in the starting, this is just a prototype. More enhancement has to be added. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching my channel.